the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad, but I'm past that. With a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit, I'm glad. When the check missed the direct hit, I'm sad. Like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you fuck like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't getting too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go on your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Blow your mind.
Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that?
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is preseason football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the...
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
Bring it. Set. 280. Rabbit, rabbit.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception.
260.
They'll run with Sanders. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll wind up being a huge loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
When you get that close to the goal line, you can't give up yardage that easily. You might have just given up a great opportunity to score 6 points.
They run with a 5th-round man, Paul Perkins. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. There to stop him, Juwan Bentley.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Call it a loss of 14 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Okay, so you just took the big loss. Now what are you doing on 4th down?
Well, we have a change of plans now is what we have, because I think they were looking at the play sheet, trying to dial something up to go for it on 4th down. But after that loss, that goes right out the window. Now you have to kick the field goal and hope to come back down the next time and score.
And it is. They stop him far behind them. This offense ready to head back out there as they'll take over with a little over a minute to play in this first quarter. On 1st down, Sanders. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And now Stafford must not be pleased with something. He's going to turn, and he signals for a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Here's Sanders. And always going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
They'll run. It's Sanders. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. On second down, it's Sanders. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A huge loss on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me. It's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now they toss out wide to Sanders. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bag. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I got a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. way to stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad, but I'm past that. With a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back, my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit, I'm glad. When the check missed the direct hit, I'm sad. Like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go on your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Blow your mind.
Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday.
Hey, everybody, it's the...
Dustin Colquitt on to punt. We'll likely see brother Britton on the other side get a chance later. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys! A great effort there. 35 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taken from just outside the 30. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent...
There he goes, left side. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw. Now they'll run it on the toss. He finds an opening past the 40. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Washington. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And he fields it cleanly. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. And some space here. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. 51 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Well, I'm just not sure what more we can say about him after that one.
But we're certainly going to give it a try, aren't we? Because I believe we're watching greatness personified. It has not mattered.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Again, he finds an opening. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he shifts past him. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. 45 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. And, partner, are you kidding me? With this game that he's having, we are in uncharted waters. Now they'll run it on the toss. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he's into the clear. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. 75 yards as his guys continue. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. He finds an opening past the 40. Again with a juke. And finally he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. 37 yards as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line had...
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas first down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special runs in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Now they'll run it on the toss. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. 64 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Now they'll run it on the toss. Dances by him. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got some space here. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. Finding the... Now they'll run it on the toss. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Oh, what a juke into space. And now look at him go. The 20. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. Fighting through it, he's got space. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. That'll go down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally
through an opening, and there 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Washington. This is taken at about the 14. A very good return that time. 18 yards. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you?
There he goes left side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their offensive explosion help leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Dallas, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon.
Like that. It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking, right? I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack my bad, but I'm past that. With an ass back, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like 10-fold. Over and out.
Welcome in, everybody.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
You better get away from me, son. I'm too strong out here. Too big for you.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Now they'll run it on the toss. Avoids him at the 40. He'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. 35 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. So much talk this week on the other side about slowing him down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, nice move. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. Now they'll run it on the toss. Space to maneuver at the 40. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. As his guys have now moved out in front. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. That is something you almost never see. A punt return better than 100 yards from one end zone to the other. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous.
We're going to start. 58 is Mike. Oh, you got deep? Turn right.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Nice little juke.
I'm going to hit. Oh, dang, baby. We're going to start. 53, check 53.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Room here to run. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, shifty. Whoa. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Here's Cameron Johnston now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. He's got a first down past the 30. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. He's got daylight. The 20, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. 75. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. And there he goes again. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. What a sensational punt return. 98 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. What a risk he took, but it paid off. I mean, he took that punt. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense? He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. 76 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. And he's loose again. 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. That is something you almost never see. A punt return better than 100 yards from one end zone to the other as his guys continue to pour it on.
All right, count them along with me.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And we'll see what he can do on the return. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much.
And there he goes again. Touchdown, Cowboys. That is something you almost never see, a punt return. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
Good work, boy. Good job.
Back now in Arlington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now they'll run it on the toss. Tackle made there by Buda. left side. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. Finding the end. Now they'll run it on the toss. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, Dick.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators.
Yards and a first down, Cowboys.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 20. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a shoot. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Cowboys, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they lose their 9th game on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bag. You ain't getting too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Yeah. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack my bad, but I'm past that. But a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? My window. They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Why you do that like that? Like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't getting too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Yeah. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Hello, everybody. It's the...
So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Cowboys. Wow, sensational 95 yards on the punt return as his guys are able to strike first here in this.
Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I know it's
Now they'll run it on the toss. He'll have a first down past the 40. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate?
Now they'll run it on the toss. He finds an opening past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Brandon, guys do whatever it takes to have fresh legs late in the season nowadays, don't they? How about him last week? Week 16, NFC Player of the Week for his performance.
Probably means a little bit more to him later in the year, doesn't it? Because of what you just said, the fatigue for a running back throughout the season.
Shows the off-season training and the endurance that he created in order to have that type of a game this late in the season.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. He'll try to run this one in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And you can see by the X next to their name, they have clinched the NFC East already. For the moment, though, they would host a wild card game in round 1, Charles.
And for me, it brings back memories.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there.